holding it at the bottom?
Yeah, just for a second. The main goal of this is to really just open up the hips for that rock bottom front squat. And using this change plate obviously forces you to keep your eyes up and your chest up so you don't get into that like down here shit.
Over.
Yep.
Trying to keep my eye looking through that hole.
Yep.
Focusing
Exactly. Like I preach about it in class all the time, but every one of these squats with those chest up and eyes up, I'm starting to think about how that bar, I want this to mimic what it's gonna feel like when I go into that front rack, right? My wrists are above my shoulders.
So do you think it's important to have our arms extended?
I do, because it pushes, it engages all these muscles in the upper back the same way you will in that front rack.
Pushing that plate out.
Yep, exactly.
That rock bottom.
You're building some tension in the upper back. We'll go one more round of that. If you want to actually take that to the next level, it's not only you're actively pushing out against it, but you're trying to rip it in half. And that's going to create torque in the shoulder and upper back even more.
So in an opening like this.
Try to, yep.
I got it.
So you can play around with that too. As you go down into that squat, play around with trying to rip it in half and put it back together. And you'll notice that trying to rip it in half sets those shoulders a little bit more. Same thing in that front squat. Elbows are up and through. You're trying to push up and pull out, and it creates
work on that position.
It creates tension in the upper back and gives that bar a solid place to rest.
Got it.
So yeah, just try to rip that change plate.
Well, I can feel that really opening up right
in
there.
the upper, yeah. And then you try the other way. Instead of turning it out, try to turn it in. And that feels awkward. That doesn't feel like a strong spot to be.
No, it doesn't. I can't believe how low I can get in these. I never used to be able to get this.
Right, just at parallel or something.
All the way down there.
So we'll go 2 more rounds. 2 more rounds of the same thing. This time, 5 reps.
Run.
Well, yeah, so same thing. Run 5 front squats with a 5-second pause. And the goal is to mimic that exact change plate squat we just did.
A pause in the front squat.
Yep, exactly. So 2 rounds. Good, and then bonus points if you are able to keep that full grip on the bar. Maybe try bringing it back down.
My arms are so long.
Yeah, strong grip. Now pop it up. See if you can keep that full grip. You can, and it probably will get easier as we get load on that bar.
This is one of those warm-ups that I really feel like I get really warm every round. I notice I'm like getting
feeling the hips better. I like keeping our warm-ups extremely simple as well. Most of the time, if you're just bringing a little bit of attention to your warm-ups, like 3 to 5 minutes of doing the movement you're about to do is just fine.
Ready to go
but if you get in like which I don't get mad, like this is a very social place to be, but if you do get caught in like, oh shit, I only got 2 rounds of this in.
Yeah, which I can definitely be the
right?
victim of, or
But
actually the cause of.
Yeah, I might be the cause of other people not getting
getting their warm up. But this warm up, I do every round that we do this with the run, and then every round of squats that I do, I feel better and better, and more ready.
We try to keep our warm up super simple to where we don't need like 10 minutes of banded hip stuff and like this. It's like some people do need that stuff, but if you're rehabbing an injury or dealing with something specific, that's pretty specific to you.
Yeah.
The entire class of 15 people doesn't necessarily need to do your rehab stuff. It's a little bit more of an individual basis. So I try to keep the warm-ups just to the point, get ready for what we're gonna do.
And that's what I'm feeling. I mean, it's working.
Yep. So one last set of these. So while we're speaking of warm-ups, I like to start with like holds of the end range of motion. So for example, we're getting ready to do squat cleans. You can kind of break the squat clean down into two, if you're gonna break it down into two basic parts, you've got the pull and then you've got the squat. You could break it down into some other parts there too, but that's basically what you're doing. You're pulling and then you're squatting. Well, the most basic version of that is just the front squat. And if we can hold the bottom position of that front squat for a few seconds for reps, now when we get ready to go into more dynamic movement where I'm asking you to pull under, catch, I guess what I'm getting at is if you're not confident in the bottom of that front squat, your squat cleans aren't gonna be there.
Right.
So that's why we started with, let's just get comfortable down there. Let's turn our brain on, let's turn our body on and show that we can hold the bottom of that front squat for 5 seconds or so.
Yeah.
So yeah, like you're saying, the front squat should be feeling pretty warm. So now we're gonna move on to the pull aspect. So this is gonna be like 8-ish minutes of primer work. The goal is to just feel the positions on the way up from the floor to that high thigh. And we're actually gonna go ahead and do some cleans. So I'm gonna double check. I guess I can't because my phone's on. Let me just go into my brain. It's,
Oh, you get my phone out?
no, every 90 seconds, we're gonna do a slow pull squat clean, a low hang squat clean, and then a regular hang squat clean. So I'll demo that and then break down what the point is. The slow pull, and since we don't have any weight on the bar, we'll just go mid shin. The slow pull is gonna get you to slow down and feel the positions. A lot of times people get excited about lifting heavy weights and they just yank the bar off of the floor and go fast. They end up skipping all the area that gives them power. So by doing a slow pull, you can consciously think, am I hitting these positions?
And focus on that first part of it.
Exactly, because you shouldn't feel rushed to go fast.
Got it.
Another way we can do this sometimes would be like pauses. I think this slow pull is better for a just like novice group of people than pausing in the pull.
Let me watch you do
Yeah,
one.
I'll just run. So we're gonna go slow pull, squat clean, and then a low hang squat clean, which will mean below the knee. And then a regular hang squat clean, which will mean above the knee. So 3 total cleans happening there.
Let me try that.
You get the first one where you just focus on going slow, and then the second one's gonna help you navigate the knees. So we'll start mid shin. Good. Slow to the thigh. Rip yourself under. Good. And then back to the hip. And you'll go just slow down below the knee. Yep. Into the hip, rip under. Good. And then this one stays above the knee. Good. Yeah, looks good. So I'm gonna give you one small thing.
Yep.
I noticed on your last one, I didn't notice it as much on your first low hang. On your last hang, you reset, and as you started to go down, you had a little bit more knee bend.
I need to shove
When
my
I want a
butt
little
out.
bit more, just shove your butt back.
Yeah.
Push your butt back.
I
Feel a
think
little
I might
stretch.
have noticed that as
Feel a
well.
little stretch in those hamstrings.
I think maybe a little bit of it, I'm trying to remember the complex.
Yep,
in each
exactly.
phase, and so maybe a little bit of my attention diverted from the activity.
100%. And we talked about this on probably our second podcast. Doing complexes works your brain.
Yeah.
Because you're thinking, which is good.
It's
Sometimes you forget what's going on, which is bad,
Right.
but it's good because that means you're focusing on it. So what we're gonna do?
complex thinking with an elevated heart rate is difficult. you know?
Exactly. And now you're being challenged.
I compare it to officiating. You got to make split-second decisions with an elevated heart rate.
Yeah.
Not
Or
going
you're
to have
gonna-
100% success rate.
Right.
so-
Exactly. You're gonna get yelled at by some high school students.
Yeah, that's for sure.
So we're gonna do 4 more of those complexes.
Okay.
You can add a little bit of load. I'd probably encourage a little bit of load to be added, but keep in mind the goal is positions, rhythm, timing, and warm up.
Got
So
it.
whatever kind of a load is needed. So slow pull, below the knee, above the knee.
What do you think, Money? What do you think? It's tomorrow's.
Straight A's
In what?
from Flex Academy.
Good. Reset at the hip. Shove your hips back. Feel the stretch in your hamstrings. There you go. Good. Yeah, it looks smooth. I think we can get a little bit more of that hinge
I might need more
rather
weight
than
for
the
that.
knee forward. Yep. Like they always say, you should be able to move an empty bar the same way you would like a load, but
Really?
I'd be lying if I didn't say
Okay.
getting a little load on the bar makes it a
Just
little
a little
easier.
too light sometimes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now that would be a good goal, right? Like,
Yeah.
yes, you should be able to, but
You want me to like pause in the low hang?
no. I just want the whole pull, but I might make one small adjustment while we're here.
Yeah.
Go ahead, get set up, just like you're getting ready to lift, but don't lift it off the floor. I want you to push your knees back a little bit, push your butt up in the air a little more. Yep, pull that bar in. I like that start position a little better.
Okay.
Smooth. Move fast. That was good. Right below the knee. Good. And then right above the knee. So you're still really,
I need to get more butt out.
first looks good, second looks good. On your third one, when you go from that above the knee, you're really,
I'm worried about because if I above the knee, my butt, I need to focus on.
yeah.
So do I
I'll
need
just-
to bend my arms a little bit?
No. Just watch, I'll just do one rep.
If I keep my arms straight, I'm gonna dip below my knee.
As
more
opposed
time.
to
So you're really not doing anything with your knees. You're just sticking your butt out.
push your butt back. Yep. You have
That's
that. You have that slight knee bend.
Which is in the first 2 reps, but it's not in the third rep.
What? Yeah. Well, it is in the first. It's in the first 2 reps, just in a different way. You have this slight knee bend, and then from there, that knee bend. If you look at the angle of my knee,
Then it's just in the waist.
it doesn't
after.
really change exactly. Yeah. So I just push my butt back. The angle of the knee hasn't really changed. Back up, as opposed to slight knee bend, more knee bend.
Got it.
I mean, really, the cue's simple.
I think I can
Push.
make that adjustment.
Push your butt back. Yeah. Yeah. It sounds like you're thinking a little too much about how that bar's gonna be around the knee.
Yeah.
And
And really the only focus is just sticking my butt out.
just push your butt back.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yep. So I'll run through one here. Slow pull. Below the knee. And this will be the same thing, right? Slight knee bend. It's just butt back, butt back, butt back, butt back. And then the third one, it's the same thing. You're just not going down as far.
Yeah.
It's all the same thing. You're just doing, the second 2 are just segments of the first. Up, good. Slight knee bend, really reach your butt back. Think like straighter legs. So reset, push your butt back, straighter legs. That's better, that's better. Yep. We can keep moving in that direction, but that was improvement for sure.
Yeah, I know it's not perfect. It's a lot of mental part for it. I got to think about it. And
Yeah. And there's always that balance to be found of like, okay, well, we want to have fun. Like we're
Yeah.
here to lift weights, get a workout in. Like there's a balance between, okay, we're gonna stay super light and just hammer this until we get it right.
Yeah.
Versus like, hey, I'm gonna make some improvement. You're good, Spencer. Well, I'm gonna make some improvement, but still have some fun.
Okay.
Like, yeah, if you were training for the Olympic team, we might need to correct that 100% before we moved on. But
Yeah.
if you're
Well,
You know,
but over
you're
time,
not going to have
if
any.
we're going to do enough squat cleans from different
Yeah.
positions, I'm going to have time to focus
You
on.
can make progress over time. Yeah. That's where you really have to be cool. You want these?
I'm going to take the yellow ones. Yeah. Oh, God.
Oh God, on camera too. That's where you really need to be genuinely excited about making like a small little jump like that.
And you know,
oh, I hit the same weight I did last week, but I felt it in my hamstrings as I went down. And be like as excited about that as hitting a new PR.
Yeah. And I am somebody that gets just as excited about any small improvement.
Just a small little thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
man, it really can keep you motivated. It can keep that momentum going.
Yeah. I think it's actually right in line for people of my interest and skill.
Yeah, good.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People that want to do this,
Yeah.
that are strong enough to do some of it, but really don't have the technique or the know-how.
You have the technique. We're just refining. Somebody who doesn't have the technique would not be able to they need to probably spend the hour working on getting into a good front squat.
Okay.
You have that. We're refining it.
Okay.
I
I mean, I want to get into the complexities of these, you know.
Yeah. There's like I
heavier
said,
movements.
you want to get into some of the intricacies without going too far.
Yeah.
Because
Yep.
if you go too far, you get like strive for perfection every single day. You're never gonna have fun, and you're never gonna get any weight on the
Yeah.
bar. So
I wanna have fun.
You need to find those loads that challenge you but allow you to practice.
Yeah.
What I was gonna say, like this is a little bit corny, but I sometimes will talk to myself throughout the lift. So like if you're somebody who struggles with forgetting what the complex is, I'm just gonna talk to myself the whole lift,
Yeah,
right?
I do a bit of that.
Do you? I mean, you can do it in your head.
Part 1, part 2, part 3.
I like doing it out loud though, because it teaches you how to hold breath and whatnot.
Let me see what that looks like.
Yeah. Slow pull, slow pull, slow pull, slow pull, slow pull. Butt back, butt back, butt back, below the knee. Butt back, butt back, butt back. You're just cueing yourself. You can do it in your head.
Next thing is, what about my grip width? Am I right where I need to be just out? Just right,
I think you're about right, yeah. We kind of base it off of where that front rack position is.
Okay. Slow pulls.
Yep, good. And your cues are different. You can talk to yourself in any way, as long as it makes you do the thing. Good. Yeah, let's hear the butt back right here. Butt back, butt back, butt back, butt back. Nice. Good lifts. Good. Cool.
I still feel like as I dip my butt back, I'm going to my knees.
A
and
little
almost
bit, a
below
little
it.
bit. It's better than the first. I mean, we have it on video. You'll see the first round, you were like this. Now you're a little more hinged over. Just the butt back going a little
The
bit.
further I go back, my butt, watching my arms go, they're going to go below my knees if I.
Let it happen then. If
Should
that's
I-
what it's going to take.
Okay.
Even though, keep your legs straight. Just push your butt back as far as you can. Keep your legs straight. Cool. Now, do it again, but don't lock them. So just a slight, yep, okay, now that knee doesn't change. Push your butt back. Hold that position, push your knees back. There we go, that's it right there.
It's below my knee.
It's below your knee. Well,
Is that for the third?
don't go as low.
Okay, but I feel like watch any movement at all, I'm already below my
Oh, no,
knee.
you're not right there. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
It's probably just shorter than what you think it's gonna be.
Okay.
Okay, so now we're actually gonna get into our strength piece here today, and I'll get a clock going to keep us on track
Sure.
here. But what this is gonna be is it's gonna be one squat clean, one hang squat clean, one front squat with a pause. So from the floor, personally, for someone like yourself, I might have you keep that slow pull. Maybe it's not super slow, but controlled.
An emphasis on it. at
An
least.
emphasis on being controlled, exactly. So you got a squat clean from the floor, then a hang squat clean, and since it's just regular hang, it's just gonna be above the knee, so that's gonna give you opportunity to work on that. And then a front squat with the pause just to reinforce that position, okay? So let's do one round of that complex to practice it, and then we're gonna have a 10-round clock. We're gonna hit us at every 90 seconds.
Okay.
So start
Can I walk you at the whole complex first?
100%, yep. So it's a regular squat clean, so we're gonna speed up the pull a little bit if you want to. I'll say that's optional.
That's a power from the floor.
It's a squat clean from the floor.
Okay.
Power means that we're receiving it
Oh, okay. I'm
above
sorry.
a squat.
So what's the term when it's on the start on the floor? It's just squat clean.
Yep, exactly. A hang squat clean
I get that part,
would be from
yep.
the hang. Yep, exactly. So if it's starting on the floor, there's no terminology to designate that.
Got it. That's all I was asking.
Yep. Squat clean. Hang squat clean. Front squat with a pause. Yeah, good correction in that start position. Good. Squat clean. So the second hang, the hang is going to be above the knee.
Okay.
Just give yourself, and you can just take a
I'm gonna
second.
start the whole process.
You're going to start over. Okay. I think what you're getting caught up in is you're thinking that that hang position is a bigger range of motion than it is.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly
It can
what it is.
seriously just be.
It's almost just a way to pop it. Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's
So
just.
I think that just flipped right now.
Okay.
So let me try
Let's
it again.
See how many inches it goes down. Like,
It's almost like loading.
yeah, it's just loading it. Exactly. Yep. Up and under. Good. Reset. Hey, there we go. Kept it above the knee. Good. And then a pause front squat. Pause for however long you want, as long as you come to a complete stop. There we go. That's the complex. So we're gonna do that 10 times, one round every 90 seconds. I'm gonna recommend getting a first couple rounds in at like probably that load, and then you'll have 7 or 8 rounds to build up to something heavy. You can build up, you can go back down. The goal is to find that weight that challenges you, but doesn't get you moving sloppy.
You're probably pretty close to it.
I mean, add 5 pounds every round
Yeah,
until
yeah,
you get
yeah,
a little tired, yeah. I will say too, it being on a 90-second clock for 3 reps is a bit aggressive. This
Yeah.
is gonna lean towards technique.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be able to load this as heavy as if we did it every 2.5 minutes.
And
So
without John here, I won't know my weight.
you
at
won't
all.
know your weight. Squat clean. Hang squat clean. Pause front squat. Squat clean. Hang squat clean. Pause front squat. Move. Good. So the conditioning for today, for tomorrow, is gonna be a little bit different. We're gonna have a 5-minute AMRAP. You're gonna do 1 front squat plus a 5-second hold at the top. AMRAP of that. So that means you can do 1 front squat, 5-second hold. 1 front squat, 5-second hold. 1 front squat,
Do we ever
5-second
rack it?
hold. When you rack it,
Uh-oh.
you will probably, I don't think you're
Here
gonna be able
comes
to
the
do
catch.
5 minutes of that. When you rack it, you're gonna run 200 meters.
Okay.
So, just so for demo purposes, because you're gonna do this workout tomorrow,
I'm gonna do like 5 reps. and
the
run 200.
weight that we wanna use is gonna be the heaviest load that you used for the lifting complex we did. For demo purposes, why don't we just do like 4 or 5 reps of this,
Okay.
just to show what it looks like.
Okay.
So, are you ready?
Yeah, front squat, 5-second hold.
Yep, 3,
Okay. And it's
2,
recording right now.
1, go. I think so. Now you made me double question, or double check. Yeah, we're good. So there's your front squat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 2 reps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 3 reps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 4 reps. Let's get one more here. And then finish with that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Adam's so fatigued, he's got to go run 200 meters. All right, now there's a little bit of a strategy though, right? Because does it make sense to get right back on the bar? Like you want to get a big set of this, right?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. You're the one in the workout.
Let's
So
breathe.
why don't we shoot for 3 and see how it feels? We'll give the people a little bit of a idea what they're getting into. Drive up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 3. And you'd be a little heavier because you'd be using the weight that you use. So
How long is that AMRAP?
5 minutes. So you're
luck, y'all.
probably looking at getting like at most 3 good sets in.
Yeah.
I mean, you would have ripped out as many as you could on the first set.
Dan will
probably.
get 4.